switch and double check. Maybe there's there shouldn't be like a dashboard or anything that we have to go through.
There we go. We're live now.
Hey.
All right. Okay, glad we got that figured out. We did a start and everything, and now we're really here with you. So thank you for being with us here on Fire and Dice, our Twitch channel. We're also on YouTube. You'll see more videos there to come. I am Zachary Marcello, but my friends call me Cello, and I now count you among them. So feel free to do so as well.
Hi, Cello.
Hey, how are we all doing today? Good?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will be the Dungeon Master we are running a 5th edition Dungeons
There's some
and Dragons.
weird audio stuff happening.
Hello, weird audio stuff.
Who's putting their headphones around their microphone right now?
Oh.
Can we not instead of that?
Okay, I think we got that figured out.
Yeah.
We don't have any feedback anymore?
No, we don't want we just don't put our headphones on our microphones ever.
Ever. Yeah, okay. We'll be running a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign. We're playing in a homebrew setting of my own design. It's going to be very true to the 5th edition feel, very similar to Forgotten Realms, but things will be tweaked to my liking. Things will be fresh and new. So if you've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a long time, or even if you're brand new, I hope you enjoy and find a fresh new take. We are going to introduce our players now, and they are going to then introduce their characters as well. Let's start with Nolan.
Hello, I am Nolan Carter, and I shall be playing Nasir Verfolnir. I'm a half-elf paladin, and I have been given... So, after decades of training and finally ready to to make my own path on my adventure, I've been given a set of 3 challenges by my mentor as kind of like the final stages of becoming the highest, well, not the highest rank, but essentially the mantle of being a paladin, known as an Oak Strider. And after kind of living in a forest for 30 plus years, I'm finally setting off on my own with the challenges in mind and looking for Professor Curventis, who apparently needs assistance.
And tell us a little bit more about where you grew up. So you grew up in the ancient forest, and then what is kind of what's going on in the nature, in the forest, and kind of what is the faction that you grew up with.
Yeah, so I grew up in the ancient forest and actually belonged to a faction that worship a giant tree known as the Tree of Life. And so the order that I actually belong to is called the Oak Striders, which mainly consists of 3 warriors who kind of who guard this tree for a very long, extended period of time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no. This tree is ancient. It is one of the primordial gods of nature and life. And so it is very important. It has touch points all over the world, and one of them being your home. So very cool. So next we're going to introduce Jeffrey, who is playing his character Silhouette. Jeffrey, tell us about yourself.
So not much to say. I do nerdy things professionally.
All right.
The simplest explanation I could give right now, especially in pandemic times. Also social media management. But other than that, my character's name is Silhouette. He's a full black skinned tiefling. And so he is someone who is researching ancient beings because he wants to figure out how all of the races works, to figure out what he wants to do in his old age. He's also a bard. So there will be bard things happening. But he wants to know, okay, should I become the Lord Frieza of our universe, or should I just become that old guy who walks around and does nothing because he knows that he's fully fine in life? So he's walking around and trying to gain as much knowledge as possible so he can kind of engage with every race possible and either manipulate them or help them to his degree. He's also just graduated college, so a lot of you can kind of connect with him. He's been offered a job that barely pays. And
actually, it pays pretty well.
I mean, okay, yeah, that's fair. But to me, it looks like it barely, to a bard, it barely pays. But we accept what we get, you know? So I'm going to see Professor Curventis. And then there's also something very interesting that's happening in the form of the vigilance. And I kind of want to leave that a little bit ambiguous until it starts to happen. Because I think that unfolding more organically will be more fun for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. Yeah. So he could either be a great piece of entertainment or a source of great danger. This is what I say about Silhouette.
Yeah, no, that's great. A bard who has just recently graduated from college, and he's taking his first job contract to find Professor Curventis.
Yeah.
In the town of Haven. All right, that leads us to our third player. We've got Dave from Dave Makes Noises. Tell us about yourself, Dave.
Oh, I'm 30 years old. I like canoeing and sleeping. Oh, you mean my character?
Yeah, that too.
I'm sure he likes those things as well. Should I do the whole thing in character?
I mean, yeah, as much roleplay. I mean, the more roleplay, the better. However you want to do it.
So I will be playing and wearing the hat of Gruagach, my beloved druid. So Greg has been traveling with the Wandering Wood, a nomadic forest made of awakened trees, ents, and wildlife fays and nature that lives within the boughs. And he is a Firbolg shepherd, man. So basically, it is a tradition in the Wandering Wood. Upon your 30th birthday as a Firbolg, you begin a pilgrimage, spirit quest kind of thing, man. And so I found myself spat out of a node of this great tree, the great tree of the Oak Striders, man. And after a couple of moons, I have learned that the Oak Striders actually worship the Tree of Life, man, an ancient god of nature. It's like, wow, these are my people, dude. Wow, man. So I've been asked by a Dragonborn Archdruid and leader of the Oak Striders. He approaches me and asked me to assist Professor Curventis in Haven, who is currently in Haven, in researching some ancient ruins. He's looking for trustworthy protection, and this would be a fine opportunity for Greg to see the world.
Awesome. So this is where we're going to start our adventure. We're on the borders of the human kingdom of Valentia. The capital is Valentis, and ruled by the human king. His name is Darius Valentis. And so then we have so we're on the close to the southern border, in a small town called Haven that sits outside of the ancient forest. Some things have happened in the history of this realm that we will get into throughout this podcast or throughout this stream, where it is there are a lot of mysteries that lie around. A lot of history has either been forgotten or has not been properly recorded. So there are a lot of ruins and things that have been buried by time that we are going to explore as we continue to learn about the world and explore. So we're starting here in the town of Haven. Our adventurers have all arrived at the Cobblehearth Tavern. It is a bright, sunny day. Spring has just started. You've all been informed, have been reached out to by Professor Curventis through his network of professional contacts, in order to meet him here. He is you meet him in the Cobblehearth Tavern. We are sitting at a table, and what you see, this Professor Curventis that you have heard so much about, is this little gnome, and he's got his spectacles, and he's wearing an explorer's outfit, but made for gnomes. So gnomes only stand like 3 feet high, and he's got his long flowy beard and his long flowy hair, and he's got the little gnomish cap. That's kind of traditional, but he wears it. He also displays his colors, having graduated from the Archsage University. He's got a light blue kind of tabard, and then colors etched into his or like embroidered into the cuffs of his clothing to show that he is a sage of archaeology from the university far to the north. This happens to be the same university that you graduated from. Just he's from a different college.
Alumni? No, I'm just kidding.
I represent.
Go Wildcats.
Oh my god.
So he goes, welcome, thank you for answering my summons. I have a dream, and I am working on on becoming an arch sage of the university. And in order to advance through the ranks, I need to continue to. I need to add something of significant value to the archaeological community. I have done a plethora of research and have spotted a few leads that will lead me to an ancient magical artifact. We should keep our voices down. There are many different types about. And a magical artifact of the giants, ancient giants that used to live in this area. So I reached out to Ambrose Credu, another fellow professor at the university. He told me that he had some contacts that he trusted, and that he could send you along. So now I know we've just kind of introduced ourselves to the audience, but if you would like, so he's like, what brings you to Haven, and why are you interested in helping me?
Money.
Money's good. I like money.
We all like money.
Well, I don't deny that, I enjoy money, but I see it as there's much more to life than just money. I'm actually, kind of on a personal journey myself, trying to just, see as, you have finished college. I'm kind of almost at the stages of that in this some sense, and I just want to make sure that someone said you needed help, and I'm more than willing to, lend a hand.
Wonderful. And yourself, Greg? Grugak. I love names.
My friends call me Greg, man, and I count you as one of my own now, man. It's custom in my nation at the turn of your 30th birthday to set out and find one's place in the world, man. And I feel like ancient ruins would be a great place to start, man.
Yes, I have a curiosity about ancient ruins myself. Forgive me, I've not properly introduced myself. We gnomes, we have many names. I am Professor Alvin Scribble Scratch Curventis.
Wait, what's your middle name?
Scribble Scratch.
Does that mean something like special in your land?
No, it's just we gnomes. We like to give names and especially nicknames to those that we love and who when we come close to. We are fascinated by names. So I, although I am, have written many things in my academic career, I have terrible handwriting, and so my friends have jokingly called me Scribble Scratch, and I like the name. I've now adopted it for myself. So yes, my friends do call me Scribble Scratch, but you may call me Professor Curventis. Although we are friends.
Would it be all right if I called you Scribs?
Scribs.
Ooh, I like this name. Scribs, yes, Scribbles. That's way better than Scribble Scratch. Shorter? Scribble Scratch? Maybe I'll have to add that to my official alias.
Watch him write it and not be able to read it later.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. So he starts writing down to make sure that he's
the world's greatest rapper with like 15 AKAs.
He's like, wonderful. Shall we get down to business?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, first, can I get a round of drinks for everybody? It seems, we're at a tavern. It's only fitting.
I'd have a beer.
I'll hold off. Information needs to be taken in fully.
Please, I would love a drink. I can't forget any of this stuff. I'm way too excited about it.
Then yeah, Nasir will get up and go over to the barkeep and just get a round for everybody.
Cool. You can get a gallon for 2 silver pieces. Like a gallon of ale, which should be able to serve the whole table.
Yeah, I'll get a gallon, and I want the largest cups because I want to make sure Scribs is overwhelmed with this giant mug.
It comes in pints.
Do you have boots?
Yeah, no.
If it's not 3 feet tall, let's not give it to him. Just give him the barrel.
We're getting those yard long margaritas, right?
Yeah. Those brunch Long Island iced teas
For this 3 foot
for the moms.
Oh gosh, I love it. So yeah, how big? I mean, so you get it? Yeah, he offers you like one of those like tankards, what are those? Is it the German
Jugs.
Stein?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stein.
Stein, yeah.
Thank you. He offers you like a very large Stein. He's like, will this do?
Yeah, 4 of those.
Okay. So he gives you the gallon. He gives you the 4 Steins. You take it back to the table. And
Grab all 4 steins, left hand, and then hold the gallon with my right, and just walk over to the table with a giant smile.
that's awesome. The barmaid. Her name is actually Rosalind.
Rosalind.
So yes, she's happy to help you. If you need anything else, you let myself or Reese over there know.
Oh, and how much do I owe?
No, is 2 silver for the gallon.
2 silver. Perfect. I'm going to give her 5 just for a nice, generous tip.
Oh, why? Thank you very much. And then she makes sure that she puts one in Reese's jar as well. Reese then comes over with the once you get it to the table, he comes in with the spigot and puts it in and cranks it and then turns it on, so you guys can now drain this gallon as to your heart's content.
Cool.
So he goes, wonderful. So he drinks like his tankard down in like one gulp, filling up like half, a third of his body with alcohol now. I don't want to know what his blood alcohol
It'd
level
be a
is.
third.
Yeah, like a third, right?
The man is a literal grenade right now.
He's like, yeah! But he handles his alcohol really well, and he's wiping the foam off of his beard. As he goes, yes. So what I have learned is that anciently there were there was a tribe of giants that lived in this area, and one of them happened to be a particularly adept seer, and so they say that he himself had a stone that he could look into and see the future. I've been able to locate the rough geographic location of where this fortress, this giant's name, was lost to time. But his fortress was here in previously in this area. It seems like the ancient forest seemed to have covered up part of it over the millennia. But in the scrolls that I found, perusing through the stacks and the archives of the university, it seems that they were a very warlike species at the time, and still quite are, although they're much tamer than the ancient stories. It seems that it requires you must provide a trophy of their mortal enemy to prove yourself worthy of entering the fortress. And legend holds that giants and dragons fought a legendary war for millennia, more than 3,000 years ago. And so this is, I think, in order to enter, we will need the bone of a dragon. Luckily, in the area, there happens to be an old ancient dragon fossil site nearby. So I have hired you trusted help, because although there are other adventurers about, I wanted people that I could trust and that are capable. And that is why I have paid you an additional sum, since we're talking money, you'll be making 5 gold pieces a day, plus once I have we have retrieved the magical artifact for me to take back to the university, I will then give you an additional 100 gold pieces upon the completion of the contract. Is that fair? Are we all agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
quite generous.
Okay, wonderful.
Money.
Yes, I mean, seeing how the going rate for a skilled hireling is 2 gold per day, this is more than double. But I'm happy to pay it because I know I'm happy to have good help. And so he's like, I have paid for your lodging for the week. Please make yourself at home here at the Cobblehearth Tavern. I will be setting up. I'm in room number 4. If should you need anything, I will be doing additional research on what our next step should be. If you could please, on the morrow, go visit the dragon fossil site to the west. And see if you can retrieve some piece of this dragon bone that we can use as a trophy to then enter the fortress. Now, be careful. There are many dangers in this land, being so close to the Badlands to the south, where the orc raiding parties are. Please do not, travel with caution. But since you've already made it here to Haven, I'm sure you are aware.
Now, do we have an idea of how large this fossil is? Is it, has it reached its adulthood or even further than that? Like, do we need a specific? Because if we just grab a dragon bone, is that going to be obvious enough, or is the magic within it going to be? Is the magic within it going to suffice?
I think the bigger the dragon bone you can provide, the better. If it has any residual magic on it, that would be the best. But it seems like the wards on the door, at least from from my research, the wards on the door. It says that you must provide a trophy of the. You must provide a trophy of the to prove yourself worthy by slaying our mortal enemies, and present the trophy here. So yes, I'm. This is my best guess. Science is mostly best guesses, and then finding evidence to support those guesses. So I'm hoping that this should work. But yes, if you can find a magical bone, that would be wonderful. But this site is pretty. A lot of people have, it is kind of a tourist attraction, or would be more of a tourist attraction but the locals seem to defend it quite vehemently, so you might run into some opposition.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if it's a tourist attraction, how are we going to get in and steal a bone and not have a bunch of people go, that guy over there?
Well, I guess it's, a lot of people know about it, but the reason it's still there is that there are locals that protect it. Yes, which is why I've hired you to do the dangerous bits for me, so that I can stick to the research. Are any questions?
You are 3 feet and a gnome. You are quite literally shorter and stronger than us. You can stealth this yourself. Why did you hire us?
Wait, what do you mean I'm stronger? He's like, and he holds up his little arm. He's like, look at how flimsy I am.
Oh yeah,
and it goes pew, like in SpongeBob.
Yeah, in SpongeBob, but it does like the little dip, right?
Oh yeah, you're not
a little sad face.
It looks like muscle
I confused you for a dwarf for a minute.
No. He's like, listen. He's
my
like,
apologies.
You aren't even drinking. Like, I've already had my first tankard, and he goes in for the second. And he's like, so, is there anything you would like to do? Or any other questions?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay, wonderful. Then the town is yours. We'll, come get me. I'll be in room number 4. Come back and get me when you have the dragon bone, and then we can go to the ancient forest together.
Sweet.
All right. You guys are free to kind of spend the rest of the evening. Is there anything you want to do? He's going to continue drinking the ale for a while.
So, just a thought. If this place is a tourist attraction, would it not be smarter to just head over there now?
Perfect. Yeah.
It is kind of late it's like the evening time, and so it is several miles away. It would be kind of late So we're about like 2:00 in the afternoon. And so I mean, you get in. The agenda for today was to meet him, kind of get a lay of the land. You guys can explore the town if you would like, and get to know the things that are going on there. I mean, if you want to go head over tonight, you may, but you would probably be traveling back to Haven in the nighttime. So that is completely up to you.
So my intuition is telling me that it's probably a smarter idea to explore this wonderful city that has been created, and go to the Dragon Castle tomorrow.
I am not trying to force you into that direction. I definitely like to I like to provide choices for my players, but that is one thing to know about me. Like if you don't like one of the things that's presented, just choose something else. And I mean, sometimes it's true. Sometimes there are kind of nudges, but no, you guys are. If you want to go tonight, you may. I just want to kind of set what the situation was.
Well,
How many days has Greg been in this town?
Today's the first day that you've been in Haven. You had been hanging out with Nasir near the great old tree, deep in the ancient forest, for about a month.
Very good. Okay.
So, sorry, Tiefling, you said your name is Silhouette, correct?
Yeah, that's rude as hell, but absolutely. Tiefling, your name is this. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we haven't had a formal introduction. We met Scribs, and so just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Nasir.
Nice to
and
meet
this
you.
is Greg.
Nice to meet you, Greg. I am Silhouette. I am really interested to meet all of you, actually. This is my first time in the region, so the people that I meet first are the most important.
Well, hopefully...
It's a pleasure to meet you too, Silhouette. I've never seen someone like you before in my whole life, man. Wow.
Wow. That's amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, you will notice that Scribs doesn't give you any, you're used to people giving you second glances because being a tiefling, it's very rare.
Yeah.
And the fact that, the rumor is, the myth is that a human made a deal with the devil and was cursed because of it, and so that them and their entire lineage was then cursed to look like devils themselves.
What if I'm just like an ancient cosplayer who's just been doing this for so long?
No, that'd
be amazing, right?
That is honestly, the truth has been lost to time, which is why I think your interest in exploring.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of ancient history there's a lot to that, and trying to figure out kind of what your roots really are. But so it's rare when a character or a person doesn't at least give you a second glance. But Scribs he just accepts it. Like he does not care.
I've assumed he's read about us. Our people we're quite old, but when you're such a race that has such a polarizing view in society, you become one of two things. You become a fantasy or you become something to be feared. And since we've been around so long and we're real, we've become both. We are the things that you dream about at night, and it either makes you excited or horrifies you. And as usual, the more people get to know us, the more they like us. Unless, you go out and meet our infernal cousins. But other than that, we're good. We're pretty relaxed people. We tend to be bards or assassins just because it's an easy job for people like us.
Well, easy job and influential.
Yeah.
So you get to control the narrative.
Yeah, we get free food sometimes too.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I interrupted your conversation. So you had asked Silhouette a question?
Yeah, no. What do we think is the best approach? Obviously, there's a lot to explore in this town, but part of me thinks that I don't want to cause a big ruckus if this is a tourist attraction. I'm not against knocking people out to further our goal, especially if there's,
That's wonderful.
especially if there's something that we need to do with this giant relic. So less people, we might only need to knock out a guard or two.
Did he tell us to bring this back to the tavern? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Correct, yeah. We bring back the trophy to him, and then we all go to the ancient forest together.
Okay,
Or the
I have
ancient
a
ruins.
question. If this is a tourist town and they know about the dragon bones and we're just gonna bring one of them, large and probably magical, back to a tavern filled with people who know about the Dragon Boneyard. Doesn't sound like a sound strategy.
We might be able to get a small bone, maybe like some sort of femur bone. I don't think we're going to need the
Femurs
skull.
are effing
Did you
huge.
say femur bone?
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
large.
know.
That is very humorous
that is-
of you. Bone jokes.
Really showing that he's got a tibial knowledge of all this.
Yeah. Maybe a scaphoid bone will do.
Yeah, something like that. Or a tiny.
Didn't he say the bigger the better? Like if we bring up a tooth, they're not gonna be all that happy.
Script is like, no. Quoting myself, I said, if you happen to find a magical bone, and he's getting quite drunk now.
Oh, okay.
He's like, if you do happen to find a magical bone, that would be wonderful. But I don't know if size matters. It's the motion of the ocean. You can tell he's
Starting to
he's
get a
just
little
free
sauced.
associating now with as the liquor is taking hold.
I say we leave here currently and at least take a look around the town, but we only stay for about an hour and then head to the yard. We need to take advantage of the night.
I agree.
Very well, man.
Okay. He's like, wonderful. I'm going to take this back to my room and nurse it sweetly.
Take the whole keg.
He's like, Reese, come here. Would you carry this up to my room? Thank you very much.
Dang it, I was hoping he would forget and then try to carry the whole thing and prove that they have super strength.
He's like, nope. And then he goes, and then on his way, he's like, he goes back to Rosalind. He's like, I need to pay my tab, and I would like a large platter of bacon and eggs for breakfast tomorrow. And then he leaves her like a little tip. He's taking care of himself, and then he's like, could I have a glass of water? And then he heads up the stairs.
He knows how to not be hungover. This man is the true genius.
I don't know if one glass of water is going to do it, but
if you drink it before
he's
you go
making
to
an
sleep,
effort.
yeah, it helps with hangover.
Little did we know, we actually just killed this gnome.
Yeah.
I told you he's a grenade. If we put a match in his mouth, he will explode.
Awesome. Then the day it's the middle of the afternoon. You guys have the day is yours.
Okay.
I guess are you guys gonna stay in the inn? What do you guys, or are you guys gonna go into the town?
Probably going to go into town, right? Like,
I want to go into the town particularly just to see what the population looks like. I'm only there to just watch. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I just want to know what kind of shops they have and like the ratio of like races in this town.
Perfect.
I've never even seen a town before, man. I have much exploring to do, man.
You've actually seen quite a few towns. I mean,
have I?
I mean, it's it's your backstory, but as the Wandering Wood, they actually come into they actually pass through to different towns.
I love it. I love it.
Like I said, because they are shepherding these awakened trees, and so they are in constant need of fertilizer, and so they then sell. They trade like the fruits, the fruit of these trees, and the nuts, and then also those who like that shed their wood naturally, or those who pass away. It is part of natural law to give back more than you take, and so they are happy to offer up their. Like when one of these trees dies, it brings them joy to know that their remains will be used to further the circle of life. So you guys then trade basically wood and food to the different settlements in exchange for manure and any other sundry items that you might need.
Excellent. I'm going to go foraging, man, but I'm going to stick with Nasir. I'm basically just going to follow Nasir because he's kind of, my indentured tour guide, so to speak. Because I've never been to this part of the world before, I don't think, right? This is not a familiar town for me.
No, this
but
is not.
as we kind of just march through the city and do whatever Nasir wants to do, Greg's going to be just like picking up pieces of dirt and just like, oh, wow, oh, that's interesting. Picking little twigs and sprigs and just like things and just stuffing his pockets with all the goodies that nature has to offer in this particular region.
Awesome. Fantastic. So you step outside of the tavern. It is the middle afternoon. You do have like a small market. People there's always seems to be somebody kind of trying to sell their wares on the side. It's kind of like this is a relatively small town, but it has done very well. So it sits advantageously right here next to the ancient forest, so it has access to a lot of resources. This is one of the first towns that travelers come to when they're after traveling through the Badlands to the south, where a lot of the orc raiding parties run rampant. Which is why the town is called Haven. It also it's near a fork in the road that leads to the high pass that leads into the mountains to the west.
Do you want me to flash the map up on the stream?
Yeah,
real quick?
we can flash the map up on the screen real quick.
All right, cool. Let's see if we can make it look cool. Woo! Look at that.
Ooh, I like that transition.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, so we see the little town of Haven down to the south, and then that main road traveling north to south, that is the King's Road. So if you follow that road north, you'll continue to travel through the province of Valentis or of Valencia.
It almost looks like Ripper used his S pen to draw the trees in the middle of town.
Oh, the S pen.
Does that forest have a name?
The ancient forest or the other one?
No, the forest above the ancient forest.
The forest above the ancient forest. It doesn't have a formal name. It's just a local forest. And so it doesn't have a proper name. No.
Okay.
And then, you have the rolling hills leading into the mountains. And so the dragon fossil, each one of these hexes represents a mile. And so it's probably, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 miles away to get to the ancient dragon fossil. So this town is it's bustling. It has a lot of adventures, people that passing through, but it's got a population less than 6,000 people.
Okay.
Well, just thinking, if we have to transport a rather large bone.
It doesn't have to be large. It has to be magical.
He said it doesn't have to be magical. It's a plus if it is.
Yeah.
But I still don't have an answer if this is an ancient dragon, a young dragon.
Sorry. Dragon. The fossil itself.
It's a fossil, right? So shouldn't it be ancient?
Well, the fossils themselves may be ancient, but there's also like a classification of dragon on like how old the dragon was because they continue to grow older. So and then also more powerful.
Blue eyes white dragon. Got it.
The blue eyes white dragon. Exactly. So no, it does appear that this dragon is old enough that it was an ancient dragon.
Yeah, these bones are gonna be giant.
MILF dragon. Nothing.
Which means it was gargantuan in size.
I say we go for the teeth if it's that big.
That wouldn't be bad. Let's go for the teeth then.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could just maybe get a cart, and Greg and I can carry it along, just so we have some assistance in transporting it for a few miles. Yeah,
I like that. And then I don't know if you guys did your starting equipment. Make sure you did you filled out the starting equipment on your sheets. We are using D&D Beyond for a lot of our for pretty much everything. But I also like to use paper and physical dice, so it's kind of a hybrid approach. Yeah. So you guys go to the stable. Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah.
And do you guys want to rent a cart, buy a cart?
How much does it cost for a cart?
A cart, then let's see. Please don't make me look this up. It's like I'm just like I'm hoping it's on the back of my DM screen.
If we're going for
make up a price,
a tooth, then let's just go. We don't need a cart. I was thinking like we had to transport a larger bone that weighs too much for us to carry 8 miles there back from there.
Yeah, we don't want to get cart insurance. This is getting too much.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. All right. Also make sure you have enough rations. You will have to make sure that you eat every day. I mean, you have access to town, so you can buy food there. But if
Yeah.
you guys are going to do any kind of traveling, make sure that you can you have enough food for the journey.
Copy that.
Okay, then all right. So, what else do you have in the town? You see, there's a general store. There's an adventuring lodge, and then there is there's a common well in the middle. That's where a lot of people get the source of water here comes from wells, and then you also see a priestess of Galena. Who is standing next to a shrine of Galena there in the town square. Galena is the goddess of fertility and a plentiful heart of fertility and maternal love. So she is the goddess over like basically healing, family, and then also a bountiful harvest. Because of the fertility aspect.
Mommy goddess.
Mommy goddess. Yeah. So she is. A lot of people do refer to her as the mother. And yeah. So you see her, and then you can go into the general goods store, the adventuring lodge, and then if they're kind of most of the services that you can think of. So if there's somewhere else you would like to explore, that may exist in this town as well.
I think we should go to. Well, I need to go to the general store for food.
Okay.
And then, what do they have inside?
Okay. So in the general store is ran by a man named looking into my notes, Calvin Strom. He is a pretty like gangly looking dude. So he has the shopkeeper apron, and so as you enter, he's like, "Hello, welcome to welcome to the general store here in Haven. How may I be of assistance? What would you be liking today?"
Currently, I'm just looking for food for a long journey.
Oh, food for a long journey. Wonderful. I can sell you many fine rations. They're like dried bits and berries and like jerky and different things for the road. Let's see what.
Yeah, I'm looking for dried nuts and dried meat.
Perfect. Where are the rations on my DM screen? I don't want to have to open up my
Literacy.
It's very good. He's like, yes, I can sell you 10 for a gold piece.
That'll do it. I'll take it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Is there anything else that I can help you with? My stock is a little low right now due to my shipment is late. Wait, you are you one of those adventurers coming into town?
I wouldn't call us adventurers, but I am new to town.
Okay. Well, if you being new to town, you look like a strapping sort. If you happen to see, my shipment is late, and it was coming from the south, it was coming from the north, but there are orcs in the area, and other dangerous folk. So if you wouldn't mind, like if you happen to see a shipment with the with the stamp of an eagle on it, those happen to be mine. If you return them, I would be happy to give you a future discount on all items purchased in my store and 25 gold pieces.
How heavy is this crate?
It's a wagon. It should be a wagon of shipments. It has.
You want us to drag a whole wagon back to town?
Oh, mate, whatever you can find. If you find the crate, if you find a barrel, if you find part of the shipment, if you find the whole shipment, just even if you can only provide information, then I'll give you half. Or I'll give you 10 gold as a finder's fee.
That's the deal. If the wagon is fixed, we'll do our best to bring it back. So if it's broken or missing wheels, it'll have to be information only. Going in through orc territory and bringing a whole wagon back is actually going to get attacked on the way home.
Between Greg and I think we can lift that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it, man. I'm used to lugging.
Okay.
You get that +2 strength. Yeah.
You already know, man.
Yeah, man, I do. All right. Okay, well, wonderful. Is there anything else that you need? Maybe rope? I know rope is one of the most is very, very useful.
Secret meetings.
Secret meetings. What?
Secret meetings. What does the rest of our party need?
I used to smoke a coil of rope a day.
This
Is
reference
that what you're referring to?
this reference is lost on me. Is it because it's hemp rope?
No, it's Futurama.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Futurama.
What's it called? Was it Jefferson? So Hermes was talking to Jefferson. I was like, so I heard you, dealt in, certain things. Trying to say weed. And then it's like, oh, no, just made rope. I used to smoke a coil of rope a day.
That's a lot of rope.
I want to see that now.
Okay. Yeah, let's just turn that on right now. No.
Copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Day
okay.
one. Let's go.
All
No,
right,
and I don't want to. I want to see a real person smoke a coil of rope.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
YouTube, make
Present
it happen.
one.
All right, Grugach and our other friend whose name is lost on me because that is not my skill, Nasir.
You could just say half elf,
I don't want to do that. That's as rude as you going, hey, you, tiefling.
He called you by name. He was like, hey,
No,
Silhouette, tell me about yourself.
Not the first time we met. Homeboy
thought-
was like, tiefling.
You thought a gnome was a dwarf, so don't even go there.
The difference between me and you is me, I am ignorant. You knew exactly what I was.
didn't
And you
wanna
were just like, tiefling.
I didn't want to call you Silhouette if that wasn't really your name. I only heard it once. I wanted
Then
to
how come you didn't just go, hey, what's your name? Not tiefling. What's your name?
What's worse? Hey, tiefling, or hey, you with the horns?
I like how he's getting worse with these questions. You could have just been like, hey, what's your name? He's like, you with the horns.
No, I said what's worse. Exactly.
Both are bad.
You're taking this way out of
Bring up a
context.
good option. Buy something so we can leave.
I didn't need to buy anything. I was
Yeah, you wanted to come here.
Okay.
It's like,
I came prepared.
all right,
I have my rations.
Okay, and I forgot that our friend can eat leaves. All right, we're ready.
I have good berries, so I'm chill on food.
and Calvin is just looking at here like eyes wide. Are you gonna buy anything, or are you gonna light me on fire?
Wait, who's supposed to light who on fire?
You said something about burning coils of rope and.
Oh yeah, people smoke rope, dude. Don't do it. It's bad for your health.
It's good.
Okay.
There's a politician up north. He burns rope.
Here, I'll make things better. And then since he looks scared, I want to clap my hands, and as I open them, I'm gonna use traumaturgy to make butterflies show up.
Traumaturgy or thaumaturgy?
Whatever.
Those are two. One of them's a spell. One of them is a mental disorder.
Traumaturgy.
Is it thaumaturgy or traumaturgy?
You said it right. He did it. He did it.
TH
Yeah.
like thaumaturgy.
So I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to like clap my hands and have like little purple butterflies fly out. See,
That would be
is that better?
prestidigitation, if anything.
Hey, it would be prestidigitation. Do you have prestidigitation?
Well, thaumaturgy lets me do images and sound. So
Oh, it does images too? I thought
Yeah.
it just did sounds.
no, it's images. Let
Or
me double
like,
check.
like you get like, you use like an intimidating effect or like like an awe-inspiring effect, like flapping the doors open or booming voice.
Okay, let me double check because I could have swear it was just like any like small visual. Let me be blind for a second.
The academic corner of you have thaumaturgy, which is a religious spell or cantrip used by the clerics, and then you also have prestidigitation, another cantrip, which is kind of like your typical like magic.
Oh, okay, I don't have it. Okay, I gotta
you
get
can,
that.
like shoot sparks at your hands, or like instantly clean your robe, or
I gotta
like,
get that.
light a fire. It's pretty good stuff.
For me, I'm just gonna since I only have thaumaturgy, I'm just gonna put it in my eyes. I'm just gonna like show in my eyes, and it's gonna be like butterflies flapping in them. There you go.
I like that.
Yeah, sweet.
It's like an Instagram filter, or like a Snapchat
eyes
filter.
only.
Like the eyes
Your
only, they
eyes
get all
suddenly light
real
up
big.
purple, and Calvin's like, "What the fuck?"
I've been smoking too much rope.
Let's get out of here.
Awesome. So he seems calmed down a little bit by your use of thaumaturgy. I'll give you an inspiration point.
Yeah.
What is it? Anyway, for making the situation better. Cool. Then with that, what else? Where do you guys want to go next? What do you want to do?
We can head to the forest now, unless anyone else needs something in the rest of the town.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So
Greg, you good?
I'm good, man.
Okay. You guys know that it is going to be, an 8-mile hike. To
8 miles.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8 miles. An 8-mile hike.
I guess
I know,
we only
right?
get one
Like
shot.
the 8 Mile. I never saw that movie.
Spaghetti.
I'm sorry.
The orcs are gonna be rappers.
Dude.
This is really a
on.
rap battle. We're not going.
I'm adding that to my notes real quick.
You can only get through here unless you have bars.
Silhouette, I hope you're good at performance.
I am, but I am not great at rapping. That is a skill I did not learn in college.
Wait, that's why we brought the bard. I thought we could only get through if we brought bards. That's the
Yeah,
whole
you gonna
reason.
drop some bards or what?
Yeah, we're gonna drop some bards.
Oh my god, this is getting so dad jokey.
I mean,
Have you played Dungeons and Dragons?
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
this is wonderful.
All right. Yes. All right. Moving on. So yeah, 8-mile journey. Yes, you are walking the 8 mile. Who is? What is your guys?
I'm gonna turn into
what's
a
your
rabbit.
You're gonna turn into a rabbit.
It's a Eminem reference. This is a character from 8 Mile. The movie.
Yeah,
he's,
his name's B Rabbit.
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 Okay. I need to actually see this.
Definitely.
I know it's from like the
worth
90s
seeing.
or
It's a
early
really
millennium.
good movie.
Yeah. I was just like a sheltered Mormon kid growing up, and so I was like, "Oh, Eminem swears a lot in his music, so like I won't listen to it."
You
Now I'm
couldn't
like,
even
"Man,
listen to
that's-
Kurt Franklin, could you? Because he was too edgy of a Christian rapper.
I don't know who Kurt Franklin is.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm also just like a sheltered person, like in general. Pop culture is just lost on me. So that's me. Moving, so you guys are going to go to. So I need to know your marching order as you guys are going to be traveling through for these 8 miles to see if you guys are going to run into any trouble. Who's going to go first and who's going to lead the way and wants to make the survival checks?
I'll do it. I'm pretty good at survival, unless Nasir wants
No,
to.
Nope.
I'll let you lead.
will be in
I'll
the
be right
back.
behind you.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll take up the front, man. I'll head up this party.
I mean, the nomadic wanderer here, he is used to pathfinding.
Yeah, buddy. That's a reference.
Pathfinding?
Pathfinder.
Oh,
That's a different system.
it is a different system. But in the dark days of 4th edition D&D, it was the preferred system for many people.
Anyways, I'm gonna start making survival checks. Cool. Should I start rolling them?
Yeah. All right. So please make one for each mile that you're traveling.
8 survival checks.
Yeah, 8 survival checks, and let me know if you roll any like a 17 or higher.
Copy that. All right. Number 1.
If we find a great fairy, I'll be so happy.
That is a 21 for the first one.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
is-
Yeah, I did the check wrong. Let me know if you roll below a 10.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool. So the first one was a 21. The second one is 14.
Okay, still good.
Third one, another 14.
All right.
Fourth one is gonna be 18. Fifth
Halfway
one,
there.
Yep, still there, still above 10.
Ooh, fifth one is a 9.
Oh, there we go. All right. So on your 5th mile, as you guys are hiking through the area, this area is relatively dangerous. Hence the need for good help. So as you are traveling along the road, you do encounter a traveling orc raiding party. You're now crossing the King's Road and getting into the foothills, and right there at kind of that junction that leads off to Covington Port, they're crossing you on the other side of the road. So you've got kind of you've got one round of combat to kind of prepare yourselves to draw your weapons. There is you see kind of some shrubbery along the side of the road that you can use for cover. Any range, you know that anything shooting through that would have disadvantage, and they would also provide you +2 to your AC. If you have a so they're actually coming down from the foothills. They're coming down the hill towards you. You see 4 orcs. So what do you guys do? Roll. Everybody, please roll initiative, and then we'll use that same order to figure out how you get ready for this attack.
10.
15.
4.
Okay.
Or wait, no, 5. My apologies.
All right, so Silhouette was 10.
Mm-hmm.
And who was 15?
Greg was.
Greg. And I almost put your real name, Nolan. It is Nasir. Sorry, give it to me again.
5.
5. Okay. With that, you see the orcs are running very quickly and will be upon you very shortly. So they're now halfway down the hill. They're 30 feet away from you, and what you know, actually, somebody make a.
Can they see us?
Somebody make a history check. Like anybody, sorry, who was the person who? It was Greg. Greg, would you please make a history check for me?
Yeah, man.
Since you're the one who first noticed the orcs.
Woo, nat 20. That is 21 history check.
Okay, so you in your travels, what you've learned about orcs. They do have raiding parties. They have a warlike culture where they subsist on raiding other settlements and taking from them. You know that they are very aggressive and can cross distance very quickly. So as a bonus action, they can move up to their speed towards a creature that it can see. So they're very good berserkers, and they can often close distances a lot faster than you think that they can. So with that, you guys will get one round of combat before they're upon you. So how do you where do you move to? How do you prepare? And it is Greg's turn.
All right. Well, the first thing Greg's going to do, let's see, what's the range on this cutie pie here? Where did my mouse go? There it is. My eyesight is just degrading. My kids. All right. So I can put it, it's in a 15-foot cube originating from me. All right. Well, then, never mind that idea. Okay. Here's one. I'm going to sprout some grasping weeds. Actually, no, they're quite good at strength saves, huh? All right, fine. I know what I'm going to do. I figured it out.
Tell me.
I'm going to pop the lead motherfucker. Is he about 60 feet away?
He is. He's 30 feet away.
30 feet. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Then Greg is going to hit the lead one with an ice knife, and that is a 9 to hit.
Okay. That, it's a hit?
Yeah.
Or
It's
not a save? Okay, yes. Then that misses.
Great. I don't have anything I can do on a bonus action yet, so that's my turn.
Okay, yeah, you throw this ice knife. It whizzes past the first one. There are 4 of them running at you. There's kind of in that flying V formation from Mighty Ducks. There's a reference for you, and then there's like the one extra guy on the side. He's a little bit further back. So with that, it is actually Syl. It's your turn.
They can see us, right?
Oh yeah, they can see you. They're charging at you very, very quickly.
I don't have any like previous knowledge on like what orcs are afraid of, do I?
On what they're afraid of?
Yeah.
They are afraid of being humiliated in combat. They're a warlike people, and so they're always trying to prove who's the strongest. They're always picking fights amongst themselves and each other, and trying to prove who's the strongest. So for one of them to be humiliated in combat and exiled from their tribe would be terrible.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand where I stand and pull out my crossbow. But before I do anything super physical, I want to try and intimidate them with thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And just like in a booming voice, I go like, what would I say? I'm like, if your voice is not louder than mine, then I shall defeat you with nothing else but sound. Just to see if they I can goad them into like a screaming match, and intimidate them and stop their charge.
Okay. Then Ooh, I like that. All right, so roll me an intimidation check.
Okay. Come on, dice. Be the homie. Oh, okay. So I got 17 plus 3. That's a 20.
Okay. So they are going to make a save against your 20 and see if they can beat you. Oh, they are not very wise. Or they're and I'm actually gonna make this charisma save. They're not very intelligent either, or they're charismatic either. So sorry, it was a 20.
Yeah, it was a 20.
Okay, so you see the first one, like the lead orc, like stop for a second. You see the second and the third one. The second one just keeps going. He sees this as his opportunity to show up his superior, and then the others. They all stop except for the second one. So he's like ready to take you all on to prove himself to the rest of the tribe.
But since I see that, I'm going to go, you're going to let a youngling challenge your power? I want to get these dudes off of us and fighting each other.
Okay. Well, that already used your action
that's right.
to intimidate.
That's fine.
So what are you going to do with your bonus action, movement, and possible reaction?
Okay. Because he's coming. Where's everyone? So, like, I know I'm, like, in the middle of the road. I have not moved.
Yeah, so you haven't moved. There's like off to your right. There's a 10-foot length of shrubbery of vegetation that you can use for cover.
Okay.
And then they're charging down. So three of them have slowed down, and then the one is moving forward. So
where are Grugach and Nasir?
Greg is 5 feet ahead of you since he was leading the party.
Okay.
And then, or maybe he's 10 feet ahead. I think your marching order was Greg, Nasir, and then
I'm
you.
in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see if anyone jumped off into it.
Are we all within 5 feet of each other?
Yes.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
No, thank you. That was a great question.
So I'm actually going to hold my stance because if I take cover, it's going to take away from the fact that I'm intimidating this entire pack of people. So I'm just going to stand very still and just stare them right in the eye. Let me double check and see. No, actually, no, I already used it. So yeah, that's my turn. I'm just going to stare all of them down in the middle of the road with nothing in hand but a crossbow.
Oh, I love this. All right. With that, it is Nasir. It is your turn.
Wow, they rolled. Oh wait, so it's like a preparation turn.
Yeah, it's like a prep turn.
Cool.
Yeah, because of Greg's really good pathfinding, so far during the trip, like he was able to notice them before they were able to ambush you. So you guys kind of got a surprise round.
Then yeah, I'm just gonna stand. I'm gonna move 5 feet closer to the orcs. I'm kind of keeping my buddies in range just in case.
Okay.
But yeah, just gonna take out my glaive and draw a line in the sand.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they are 30 feet away. So I mean, if you want to attack, you are able to attack. But that is up to you.
Yeah, I don't want to overexert. And give them an opening. So I'm gonna let them come to us.
Perfect. I like it. And then with that, we will start the round of initiative. The first orc, the one who was kind of taken aback by you, he was going to charge at you using his aggressive bonus action, everybody who failed their thing. Everybody who failed lost their movement for the turn, but because he has the bonus action of aggressive, he's gonna kind of steal himself and then move towards you anyway. So
okay.
he lets out another roar, hoping it's louder than the roar that you let out, but he doesn't care because he can't let himself get shown up by these other orcs, and he's running at you with his great axe.
So. Really quickly, as soon as he enters, he gets within 10 feet of me and closer to Silhouette. I am going to extend out my arm and kind of shoot the glaive forward to interrupt his movement, essentially, and strike him with my polearm mastery.
Ooh, I like this.
Jesus.
Okay, so you got to feed it. All right, so first of all, I do want to this is actually a good time to bring this up. I'm going to pause for a second. So you notice he's a half elf and he is using a feat at level 1. So the way that I had them set up their characters was we used the standard array for setting up our ability scores so that everything would be even. But generally when you roll your characters, when I've done it, you tend to get kind of higher numbers than the standard array. So I gave them a free ability score improvement that they could use at level 1 to kind of pad that a little bit. It also gives other classes besides the variant human the opportunity to gain a feat at level 1. It's something I kind of like to use, so that is a homebrew mechanic that I implemented for this campaign and starting these characters. So if you're sitting at home going, why is that half elf using Polearm Master at level 1? That is why. All right.
Hey, I gotta pick my feet. I forgot. I couldn't find it.
Your character's incomplete?
Yeah.
I
Incomplete.
guess you don't get the benefit of that.
Well, I will next week.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction to strike at this orc running towards Silhouette, and that is a total of that's a 20.
Oh, that's a 20. That definitely hits. He's wearing hide armor, so
Hide armor.
he's not.
All right, and I'll go ahead and do that. All right, that's a total of 10 damage.
Wow.
10 slashing damage.
Okay. So this first one comes running at you. You cut him straight across the chest, causing part of his armor to kind of to fall off, reducing his armor class a little bit. And he is, he is bloodied. One more of those solid hits would probably do him in, but he digs deep with this, not allowing and hoping that he can put you down, and that this will be a battle scar that he gets to tell stories about.
Yeah. So my goal is to kind of keep the glaive in between the orc and Silhouette, kind of taking the aggro, trying to have the orcs come after me, and have Silhouette a little bit more breathing room to figure out what to do.
Awesome. So let's see, where are you standing in relation to Silhouette?
I'm right next to in the marching order. I was right in the middle.
Okay, so like, were you standing in front of him? Were you standing to the side of, are you standing diagonally to him?
Basically diagonally.
Okay.
We were in our own pseudo V formation.
Perfect. So he, as he's coming into, basically because of the way that you had positioned yourself, and because Polearm Master allows you to make your opportunity attack as they enter your reach instead of when they're leaving, then I'm going to have this stop him, reduce his speed to 0, and cancel his bonus action. So he's now 10 feet away from you, Silhouette, which means he cannot attack you this turn. All right, great turn. And I'm going to give you an inspiration point for playing defensively to protect your new companion that you only met today.
Now I know he's not racist.
Yay!
Yay! Love wins.
It does. Love is love.
That is true.
All right. Then with that, we go to Greg. It's back to you, man.
All right, man. Greg's going to roll another ice spike. Actually, no, he's not. Greg is going to cry out, "Shillelagh!" And his club is going to become much more powerful. So he's going to swing at the bloodied guy.
Cool. What happens when you cast Shillelagh? Like, what is the effect of that? Narrate that for us.
Ah, yes. So do you want me to just read it straight off of D&D Beyond?
I mean, you can do that, or if you know it off the top of your head, you can just
I'm gonna
narrate
it.
what that looks like.
Why-
I'm going
Widens
to
and
narrate
growth.
it in my narrator voice. The wood of a club or quarterstaff you are holding is imbued with nature's power. For the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of melee attacks using that weapon.
Ooh.
And the weapon's damage die becomes D8. The weapon also becomes magical if it isn't already. The spell ends if you cast it again or if you let go of the weapon.
Is it concentration based or no?
No.
Nice.
It's just touch.
Excuse me. I think I just hiccuped
Just touch.
for all of your listening pleasure. That's my ASMR for the day.
Cool. So I'm going to roll to hit.
Yeah, roll to hit, please. And which orc are you attacking?
The bloodied one.
The bloodied one? Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you standing in relation to Silhouette?
I
within
was
5
leading.
feet.
I was leading the thing. right?
Okay, yeah.
So I should be like right up in melee range. of
Oh yeah,
this
you're
guy
totally.
already.
So you can actually, if you're gonna melee him, then yeah, you need to get. You'll probably get like right. You can like circle around behind him, or yeah, you can just whack him from where you are.
Oh, I'm gonna circle around behind him, man.
Nice, get that flanking. We are playing with
buddy.
the variant rule flanking from the DMG.
With the advantage thing?
Yes, you may swing with advantage.
All right, cool. If that's the case, I will make my roll with advantage.
Please do.
And that, I'm glad I did, because that is a 24 to hit.
24 to hit. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hits, especially since part of his armor had fallen off.
And that's going to do 9 magical smacking damage.
Okay, yeah. He. How do you smack? How do you kill this orc?
I like the idea of a simple, like, unglorious death for this one. So I smack him, and he just crumbles and falls.
Just your staff
right
glows
across
green,
the
and you just
shoulder.
bonk him.
Well, my club glows green,
Oh.
and it's like I swing across, and it just kind of like he buckles under it and just goes down and collapses into a heap.
I love that. All right, yeah, that's one orc down. You've got 3 more coming at you. Silhouette, it is your turn. Sorry, Greg, are you done?
That's my turn.
Okay, thank you. Sil. Do you mind if I call you Sil?
Yeah, that's totally cool.
All right, thank you.
I'm trying to. Okay, so where's the second orc? The one who decided to go like ham at us.
So basically, you saw him. He was continuing to run forward. He's like 15 feet. Like in the initiative order, he hadn't actually gotten to move yet. You could just see that the others were taken aback and intimidated, but he was not. But he also is later in the initiative order, so he hasn't actually moved yet. So he's still 30 feet away.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to like before I take my turn. Will this actually will looking at them like as like to see how they reacted to their friend's death take away a turn for me, or is that just like something I can do without like causing an action? Because I just want to see how they reacted to their leader dying.
Oh yeah. You can kind of feel free to ask questions like that. That's great. So then feel free to ask questions in general.
Yeah.
You can see that like they're taken, like they recognize that you guys are formidable force, but that really only makes them dig deeper to want to defeat you to prove themselves.
Shit. This is awful.
Yeah, and
For
so
me.
now that their leader's dead, it means that there's an opening in their little raiding party for a promotion.
Shit. I don't want to fight these people. I want to intimidate them so they can go away.
Orcs are very stupid and intimidating bunch themselves. You're a very adept bard. Let's see what your creativity does.
Okay, I'm gonna not and try to intimidate, because if I do, they're gonna take it as an action of like aggression, and then it'll just make them all like fighter horny, and I don't want that.
Good way to put that.
What I want to do is I'm gonna try and persuade them this time. I'm just gonna hold up my actually, because I had just equipped it. I'm gonna switch to my sword, because my D&D Beyond doesn't have a crossbow in it for some reason. So I'm going to hold up my sword. I'm going to point it at the second guy. And I'm going to use thaumaturgy again and in a booming voice so they all can hear me. And I'm going to say, as you have seen, your leader has fallen. Now you have 2 options. You can all fall with him, or you can go back as champions. Make up whatever story you wish to the other orcs. And you can rise in your own ranks. All you have to do is turn the other way. And that's what I'm going to do for my persuasion.
Okay.
Offer them a solution to their orc hierarchy issues.
All right. So you're suggesting they run away and lie to...
No. I'm suggesting that they go away. Not run. Just walk away.
Just walk away.
It's not you running. It's you taking the death of someone and taking advantage of it without having to put in any work. Who doesn't like to be lazy?
Okay. Then... Oh, could you roll me a persuasion check?
Absolutely. 15.
15. All right. All 3 of them can stop to consider this for like a little bit, but they don't stop attacking. But they do kind of look at each other, like to see if anybody else is listening, which is going to you guys all. Anybody who attacks them until the end of their next turn will have advantage, because they're basically kind of taken like taken their focus off the battlefield.
Okay.
I like that. Very, very creative uses. I'm sorry I can't always give you the effect that you want, but
No, it's
I want you
cool.
to know you're making very.
I just
very
know that when I
strategic-
try to fight and help people, I die. So, like, it's not what's going to happen.
that is
this time.
smart because level 1 quick character. This is the squishiest you're ever going to be.
Yeah.
We are starting at level 1, and that'll change probably pretty quickly. But you're pretty squishy right now. So
Yeah.
all right. With that, orc number 2 is going to continue his charge, but you will have advantage against him, and I'm going to give him also a negative to his attack. All right. So.
And who is he attacking?
Oh, sorry. He's actually going after Greg, since Greg was in the
Yeah.
front, and Greg is the one who dealt the finishing blow. Greg is going to be taking this hit, but they are a little distracted, so that is a 15 to hit.
That gets me.
That gets you? Okay. Then they roll a d12 on these great axes. Did you know that?
I didn't want to.
Okay, well, now you do.
And now you're dead.
And now, oh gosh, maybe. Guys, these are just regular. They're like challenge rating half. So
are we.
no, you're 1.
I know. I'm just playing.
You're full level. Okay, so sorry, he does 12 damage. I really hope that doesn't kill you.
I'm down.
Okay.
No way. I'm glad he didn't hit me.
Yeah, me too.
far
No,
away
sorry,
is he?
I'm just sorry you hit anybody.
How far away is he?
He is 10 feet away from you. Or
Okay.
like
Okay.
5
okay.
feet. He's on a diagonal. What is that? Like 7.5?
Okay. I think I got something for him. She's got legs. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I have what I need to make sure he doesn't fully die. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. That is your turn will come up. So that was orc number 2. Orc number 3 is going to come at seeing these guys aren't worth their salt. They sure talk a big game, but they can't show it up since we just dropped one of them in one hit. This one's going to go after Nasir. It is it's only a 9. Does that hit you?
Nope. AC of 16.
AC of 16.
Jesus.
So I would like, as he like strikes down with his axe, I'm just gonna grab it and then push him back. Like, just not like shoving, just theatrically, just pushing him back maybe like a foot, and saying like, "I'm not one to fuck with."
Ooh, I like that. Now, if you would like to improvise like a disarming attack or something like that, we could do that in lieu of a regular attack.
No, I'm okay.
Wait, we can disarm people? What?
No, so one of the actions is an improvised action, right? So like you're encouraged to use your creativity in
sweet.
in kind of interacting, and so then I'll kind of let you know what the effect would be if you want to do it, and then it's kind of a little bit of a negotiation back and forth. But,
Silhouette becomes Gilgamesh because he keeps stealing people's weapons.
yeah. So, but yeah, I will let you use as a bonus action. Do that just to kind of make an intimidation check and see if you can if you can slow him down a little bit. It will reduce his AC.
I'm good. I just wanted it to be like a status, just like like he was getting all cocky, and just because Greg went down doesn't mean we're all going to go down that quickly.
Okay, I like it.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Greg. I tried to make that line and you went past it.
That's all right. I went down like a sack of potatoes.
He hit really hard.
Well, what's funny is like he made the line behind Greg, so Greg may not even have seen him do the line drop. Greg is just like, I'm doing it, and then we're behind him making Independence Day
I'm ready.
speeches.
If we were all looking forward, the line was exactly to our right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sorry, Greg. Grugach.
That's okay, boys.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, what are you gonna do with your turn? So,
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you knew that. That's why you were like, I'm gonna. Yeah. Sorry. It is your turn this year.
did
That's why I was
not.
like,
I was-
as a bonus action, you could do that.
I was just being ballsy. So yeah, I'm gonna strike this dude down.
All right.
I'm gonna. Oh, and you said we had advantage against these guys?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll grab my advantage dice, just as I have a disadvantage dice.
Nerd.
I know.
Hey man, I need more reasons to buy dice.
Hiya!
Just so you know, Grugok, the chat desperately wants you to live, like desperately.
Oh, I know. I'm seeing it. I'm
That is
watching on my phone.
21 to hit
21, that hits.
for a total of that's 7 damage.
Okay, good hit. He laughs in your face.
And as he laughs, I'm going to smack him in the face with the butt end of my glaive using my bonus action from Polearm Mastery.
He wasn't expecting that.
And that
No way, for real? Yes, our first crit on Fire and Dice. That's the noise that we make when we crit. Like a
I'll get my
foghorn.
soundboard going for eventually. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
for a total of 11 damage.
Oh my gosh, the half hit alone would have almost killed him. Yeah, so you do the slash across the chest. He like laughed, with this roar in your face, and then you just hacked him in the chin, and he flies backwards in an arc, and almost does a full backflip, but then he lands. Just lands on his back, dead.
And then I'm gonna do the like to the other 2 orcs. Just do the
Oh yes, like holding it behind you like that, like a Ronin.
But quickly, I'm just gonna like turn my head over to Silhouette's like, can you get him up or?
Yeah, I got him.
Or is that on me?
But I will actually use my movement to stand in between, maybe like 10 feet away. Well, no, just 5 feet away from Greg's
The strats, man, the strats.
unconscious body, and just again draw another line in the sand.
Does Greg see this line?
He's unconscious. He's dreaming of it.
He's drifting in and out.
Currently, he's walking through a wheat field with his hand going over the wheat.
Oh my god, this is great.
You see a crow. His name is Russell. Perfect. So then the final orc is going to charge forward. Seeing Nasir get all ballsy, he's going to attack Nasir.
As he gets through his 10 feet, I'm going to use my reaction to attack him.
Okay.
Maybe not. That's a 13 to hit.
That is on the nose. You have found their armor class.
Wow, perfect. Okay, cool. Oh, and that's 13 damage.
Ooh, that is not enough to kill him.
But
That's a
still,
spicy
But, yeah,
meatball.
that is a spicy meatball. So you catch him off guard. You draw on the chain. You hit him with the glaive, and he's stunned and stops in his tracks 10 feet away from you.
Oh, cool. It's like I have the sentinel feet.
Wait, you do have the sentinel
No,
feet,
I
right?
don't.
Oh wait, yeah, it's level 1. You only have 1. I'm sorry.
I thought you were doing an extra thing.
No, I wasn't. I was like, well, because we have a friend that played with us before who would always do the polearm master sentinel feet combo. So I just kind of assumed if you've got polearm master, you've got sentinel as well. Sorry, he's going to keep coming after you.
Okay.
And he's going to make that attack. I was kind of hoping he'd get a blah, 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 but also not because I don't want to kill you in session 1. Although it is an option. I am not the kind of DM that pulls punches. And I am the DM that if I decide I'm going to roll, I keep the roll. I'm not fudging rolls over here. So,
It's true. He killed me.
yeah, I did. Well, you're not dead yet.
Yeah, you're knocked out.
I think I'll go for a walk.
He rolls a 13.
That misses.
That misses. Oh, thank goodness. Thank Galena. All right. That's his
Cool. So
attack.
I just to narrate this further. I like as he approaches me, block the hit with the haft of my glaive, and then slash him. And that's how the order of operation goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're like, no, I want to take the hit first and then.
Maybe. I don't know.
But like, technically, he entered your reach at 10 feet. So, no, I'm just messing. All right. We are back to the top. Orc number 1 is dead.
Death save.
Greg gets the death save. What you
All
got?
right.
Don't roll a 1.
Mwah.
Roll a 20.
That is an 18.
Oh, close. All right. Well, you successfully don't bleed out. You guys hear him take a gasp of breath. But he's
A
still
little bit of like fragrant smoke comes out.
yeah, smells like cornstarch and
Smells a little bit like a skunk.
oh skunk.
Oh no.
I thought we were making a vaping reference.
Yeah, that sounds like vape juice in my
Vape
brain.
juice.
Vape juice.
Jewel. All right. Yeah. Then that. Thank you for surviving, Greg. Syl, it is your turn.
Okay, so how many orcs are left?
2.
Okay. And then there's like a bloody one next to Nasir, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You guys have killed 2, right?
We've
Am I math
killed
correctly?
2.
Yeah, we've killed 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and there's the one who's bloodied.
Okay, cool. Okay, I think this is far more important. So what I want to do is I'm just going to slowly walk over. Wait, actually, hold on. Before I do that, how close is the orc to Nasir? He's just like right in front, and then in relation to Grugach.
In relation to Greg, he's like 10 feet away from Greg.
Okay, so I'm outside of the range of opportunity if I go.
So you're gonna be like kind of on the left. Yeah.
Okay, and then if I heal him, he'll be up, or does he just need to continue his saves?
So anytime you receive any amount of healing, you're automatically stabilized and conscious, but you're still prone.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly walk over, because I want to keep the veneer of like I'm more powerful than anything that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. So I want to very slowly just walk over to Greg, and then what I'm going to use to get him up is Cure Wounds.
Ooh, okay.
And then what is that? D8.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
Classic healing spell.
Oh yeah, I'm making sure I don't die this time. D8. So he's going to take 5 glitter damage.
Glitter
Thank
damage.
you.
That's what we call healing here. Glitter damage.
And then I want to stick, since like I trust Nasir to handle that. I'm gonna look at the last orc. I'm just gonna stare him down.
Nice. Beautiful stare down. And what do your eyes look like, Silhouette?
Oh, my eyes, they're yellow iris. What is it? It's yellow iris, black pupils.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of rare because tieflings usually don't have irises. So
Yeah.
it's just like the whole cornea. It's like just one solid color.
I'm a new breed.
You are a new breed.
He's just a cosplayer.
He is beautiful.
You know what, Nasir?
He is beautiful. Okay?
We know why you use a pole arm, Nasir. No, I'm just kidding. I am not overcompensating. I like how the DM had to do it for you.
I use a pole arm. No. Swords all the way. So Sil, thank you for healing Greg. Orc number 3, this is the injured one, is going to look up angrily and see if he can bring down Nasir. This is the one who's been doing all the damage to them. Is a 17?
A 17 does hit.
Sorry, I do math very slowly. Okay, then let me roll that beautiful D12. Oh, good. You got the low roll. 4 slashing damage.
All right.
As he comes across you with... it bounces off of your... What does your armor look like?
It's just chainmail right now. So I'm just... It's under like a... Right now I'm not wearing like the typical getup for a paladin of my order. So I'm just wearing some basic chainmail, and I have a green olive cloak over me.
Gotcha. Because you're a very nature paladin.
Yeah.
So like he's not a druid. He can wear metal. It's Gruagok that can't wear metal. Okay. Then, yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
You hit me with a 17 and did 4 damage.
All right, that's his turn.
Okay.
All right. With that, Nasir, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna hit him back.
That seems fair.
This is such a schoolyard fight. I hit him back.
Get him.
Jeez. Blah, 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 blah.
Again?
Again.
All right.
These are my nature dice. They were blessed by my former druid, and Nasir in a previous life was able to use them as well. So they are blessed by nature itself.
Okay. Because you crit, I'm going to offer you this. You can, and you're using this pole arm, which means both of your opponents, I mean, they've been attacking you. They're already within reach, but I feel like you could really do kind of like a sweeping maneuver if you wanted to. If you can double your dice for the crit, and then use your bonus action to then attack both people. So you'd be foregoing the half strike, but you would get to then any damage that doesn't kill you deal that your crit damage to both equally to both. It's not going to get divided. You'll deal that damage to both creatures.
So I'm just rolling one dice.
So you'll still double the dice for the crit.
Oh, double. Okay.
You're foregoing your half strike because it's going to use your bonus action to do this.
And they have they don't look like they're. Yeah, they want a glorious death. This is their whole thing.
What? No, don't do that.
So are you doing the sweeping attack? Or
Yeah,
are you gonna?
I'll do the sweeping attack.
No,
Okay.
I was like, don't make it glorious.
No, like
And then we have orcs attacking us forever.
yeah, but in the orcs' mind, they're like, no, we go, we kill. Soon my dog of war will do things my way. But no, like they want a glorious death. I'm not going to knock one out and be like, go back and show them mercy. This is what they want. This is the best option for them.
So kind.
It's more merciful to kill them than it is to let them go. Is what he's saying.
Correct.
So generous.
All right. That is a total of 16 damage to both of them.
Oh yeah. You just John Wick this, and both their heads. I don't know if this is John Wick thing.
I twirl the pole or like around my back and on my neck and just cut off both their heads.
Yeah. Okay. That is exactly what happens. You have successfully defeated these 4 orcs. Congratulations. And guys, welcome to our first combat of Fire and Dice Dungeons and Dragons. Cool. With that, so please write this down. Does it have the you collectively you all? So they were worth 400 experience points divided amongst the 3 of you. So let me whatever that is. And
400 divided by 3?
Yeah, 400 divided by 3.
Was it 400 for each or for one?
So it's the encounter was 400 experience points, and then you divide it by however many players are playing. So that's 133.
133.333.
So I'm going to round that up.
Okay.
So you guys have 134 hit points.
34 or 35?
34 hit points? Damn.
Sorry, no, that would be nice. Sorry, experience points. 134 experience points.
134?
Yeah, because 133.333, and I round up the point 3 to the 4.
So we're not doing this by 5s, huh?
No, sorry.
So we're doing 134?
Yeah.
Great.
All right. With that, you guys have 3 more miles on your journey. Yeah. You guys can
I'll roll some survivals.
You guys can also loot the bodies if you want, or if you're interested in that.
Let's see what they have.
I want that. I want some good hide armor.
Okay. So one guy's is like broken. Make a survival check to see like how good. It's like basically a scavenging check to see how usable their equipment is.
Copy that. Survival check. He says.
I do.
Mwah.
Boy Scout skills.
That is an 11.
An 11. Okay. You do see one of the hide armors that is still intact enough that you could use it if you wanted to.
Oh, I wanted to.
Oh yeah. Perfect. And then
before we head off, I'm actually going to kneel on the ground really quick and kind of put my left palm on the ground. And then with my right palm, hold where I was struck by the orc. That did 4 damage to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to channel the healing power of nature and do lay on hands onto my wound and heal 4 hit points.
Ooh, I forgot you get that at level 1. What does that magic look like?
Am I only allowed to wear 1 armor, or can I put like a medium armor over a light armor?
No, you can only wear 1 armor.
Okay.
Look at you.
D&D Beyond seems to think otherwise for some reason.
So in D&D Beyond, you can like have a bunch of different armors in your inventory, but then you have to choose which one you like.
No, I know it let me wear both of them.
Oh, it did? Did it increase your AC at all?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just gonna wear my hide armor now.
Yeah. All told. All right.
So, just very quickly, what it looks like is I'm channeling the healing nature of the healing power of nature. So my left palm, like flowers grow up around it, and then they whittle away as that life is being transferred to me.
That looks horrifying. Dude, did you just grow some flowers just to kill them?
So, for all you Miyazaki fans out there, it's like when the spirit of the forest walks around Princess Mononoke. I'm going to bring it up every chance I get.
Yes, as you should. All right, cool.
Grugok can't be okay with that. He can't be okay with that, man. This dude grew some flowers to kill him.
I think that's just lovely, man.
It's beautiful. They're like spirit flowers.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that's gnarly. I'm a tiefling, and I found that pretty gnarly. So before we do leave,
These dandelions.
I want to go to the biggest orc, and I'm gonna use my rapier to slice off his ear, and then I want to like take a piece of his hide armor and then wrap it and then put it in a pouch. I have a plan for it later.
Okay, taking a trophy. As you do that, you cut off his ear and you take and you wrap it up in a piece of his hide armor. As you pull that piece off, you see on his left shoulder he has been branded.
Slave orcs.
And the brand is actually it looks like a tower.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that off too.
Gonna cut off his tattoo or like his
Yeah.
So it's yep. All right, you
Take
just
another
cut
piece
off
of
a
hide
his
armor
skin.
and wrap that up.
I like that you have a problem with flowers dying, but mutilating a corpse is
Yeah, but
definitely
I
not
didn't
an issue.
give birth to this orc, raise him, and then murder him to live longer. That's awful.
I just yelled at him a lot, and after he dead, I showed him what's what.
I tried to stop the fight.
Take that, pleb.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take your flesh.
No. All right. Yeah, please. I guess in the same marching order. You got 3 more miles to go.
Cool. Survival check times.
Survival check times.
Survival check number 1. That is definitely a pass. That's a 23. Survival check 2. That is a 21. And survival check 3 is 12.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have any more issues as you're on your path to the Dragon Bones. You crest this hill, and you're now kind of within you're within a square mile or a hex mile, I guess, of the
Nice.
thanks of this ancient dragon bone. You are standing on top of these rolling hills, and it is looking down. There is this glen of trees, where and you can see that the hill has changed. You can kind of see bits of like bone sticking out of like coming out of the trees, and that looks like there's kind of an impact here. But yeah, so you can tell that nestled down in this little grove is where the dragon bones will be. And as you start to advance, I need a perception check.
From everybody?
From everybody. Yeah, or what? Yeah, I'll make it a perception check instead of a passive this time.
Okay. All right. Well, Greg rolls
6.
It's 25.
Okay.
12.
12. All right. So, Syl, you hear the rustling of the wind, and it feels nice. You're glad to be adventuring today. Nasir, you think that on the wind you hear the hoot of an owl, as it is starting to be, it's starting to get darker. You think you hear the hoot of an owl, and Greg, you recognize that owl hoot is probably is not coming from an owl. You have the ability as a furbolg to communicate roughly with plants and animals, and you've talked with a lot of owls, and you know that's not what they sound like.
Hey,
And-
man, that's not what an owl sounds like, man.
This is what an owl sounds like. Hoot hoot.
No, this is what an owl sounds like. I wonder how many licks it takes to get to the center of this Tootsie Pop. Let's see.
Here's what an owl sounds like. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Down.
Oh man, dude, that owl! I love the great owl from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Just so good.
Just the music for that owl. Like every bit as good as the Song of Storms.
Oh, it's so good.
Masterful.
The music for the game was
Yeah,
just
the music for the game is a huge part of why I am a good musician nowadays. True story.
Really?
I can play most of the soundtrack in like really cool, fun, inventive ways because of just my love of Zelda.
Man, seriously, Zelda is a defining game for I think a lot of people in our generation. It's like,
It is
I'm
a classic.
getting N64, and then what are you gonna play on that N64? You're gonna play Zelda Ocarina
I
of
actually
Time.
didn't have an N64 until like a couple years, or I didn't have Zelda until like a couple years after I had my 64.
Really?
Yeah, I bought mine used.
I my babysitter. I was like, I don't know, like 10 or 12, but like we had some family friends that like watched us after school while our parents were working, and like they were playing Ocarina of Time, and I was like, I'm getting an N64 just for this game, and
Worth.
asked for it for Christmas, got it, and it was amazing.
It's one of the best.
It was the best.
Still, to
Did we
this day,
find
one
an
of the best.
N64 in this dragon's bones? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, basically. No. You don't know how to use it. You won't be able to plug it in for hundreds of thousands of years, but
Another
yes.
cool Fearbolg thing, since this is an ancient dragon, I should be able to detect some magical bones. Am I right?
Are you using Detect Magic?
I can as a ritual, I believe, as a Fearbolg.
Well, you can't detect anything until you use it.
Okay.
If it were there.
Okay.
Nice try, trying to sneak some information out of me.
No. I'm just letting you know that is what I aim to do, DM.
Very cool. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
As you guys are descending this hill, you know that. Well, Greg knows that there are other people here.
Great. So I'm going to go ahead and detect magic. Well, first of all, I'm going to mold earth a bunch until we start uncovering bones, because I have that cantrip, mold earth.
Okay.
And then I'll hit detect magic when I start seeing bones, so I can start scanning for the goodies.
So you know that the bones are partially above ground, and so you're still kind of at the top of this hill. You haven't descended down into the little nape of the. I don't know, like is it like a valley but for hills? But it's like there in the little whatever that's called, a knoll. I think a knoll is
knoll
another
is
word
type
for
of hill.
Type of hill. So whatever that little indentation in the earth is called.
A knoll is a type of N. No, it's,
God damn
get away
it.
from me.
God damn it.
So
Nolan,
lost.
go home.
So lost.
All right, bye guys.
Oh, I'm not
Bye.
lost. Game over.
It's a letter.
Nolan's just punishing us. That's all that's
Yeah, he
happening.
is.
So bad.
Yeah, you get down there sorry, did you want to use detect magic now, or did you want to wait till you got to the bones?
I want to use it when we get to the bones.
Okay. As you guys continue to advance, yes. Do you go stealthily or?
I'm going stealthily. It's the
Okay.
middle of the night. You literally can't see me.
I can
Well, it's not
certainly
quite night yet.
try.
It's like 6:00 in the evening, pre-daylight savings. So like the sun is still up a little bit.
Oh, okay. I thought we were leaving closer to nighttime, especially since we were drinking. That means we were day drinking.
You were day drinking, like.
That guy has problems.
That dude-
I didn't drink.
Listen, he's an academic, all right? Like, he can get away with it in the classroom as long as nobody tells the dean. So, as you guys are going down this hill, Greg hears this, and you preventing you guys from being surprised as these tribal warriors jump out of the trees.
Wait, didn't we go stealthily?
Well, did you guys decide to go stealthily?
I did.
Well, you didn't. You heard the wind.
But that doesn't mean I can't be stealthy.
Greg is the only one who knew, and he didn't really take the opportunity to tell you guys about
I
it.
did. I said that's not.
Yeah,
what
that's
an
not
owl
what an owl sounds like.
Okay, he did. All right, sorry. I'm not trying to screw you guys over. All right.
Sure.
Please make stealth checks. Please make stealth checks.
Can we make that check with advantage since you just tried to murder us again?
No. I will not give in to your baiting.
My stealth is 21.
But
so
I am a masturbator.
Oh, well. That's
Nothing.
That's very good for baiting.
I tried.
You did, but he couldn't respond fast enough, and that's why it fell flat. So it's not your fault.
You could say
You're
I.
right,
You
okay.
could say I shot my shot.
Ew.
I was like trying to leave it vague enough.
Nope.
that
Ew.
This stream is called F and D, and we bring that F and D every week, no matter what.
My stealth was 21.
All right.
course it was.
You were stealthy, okay?
Wow, my stealth is an 18.
So I have disadvantage on stealth because I'm wearing some chainmail. But guess what? Plus side of rolling disadvantage is when you roll the same number, but downside is I rolled a 5. So that's an 8.
Oh, that stinks. All right.
That's the DM giggles. That stinks.
That stinks for you. Great for me.
This dude really out here trying to kill us.
Did All right, how many hit points do you have, Greg? 5?
Yeah,
5.
quite literally.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry about this.
But I'm stealth.
What was your stealth roll again?
18.
18. Pretty good.
But not good
For
enough.
a +0 dex, like, look at that. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. So what's going to happen is because of your stealth, you guys do successfully pass as a group, but they were already aware of you, hence the signal from the owl. So they're not going to surprise you, but because you noticed them and you started to try to be sneaky, I'm going to roll a d10 to figure out how many of these warriors there are, and I'm going to reduce that by half. By 2. I'm going to cut it in half because of your guys' successful stealth check. So let's roll this d10.
So you're saying you would have hit us with 10 people?
Up to.
Terrible.
Oh, I rolled a 10 on that die. So good thing you passed on that stealth check because that's only 5 now. So see?
It's 5 giants.
5 giant warriors.
You know, after sitting at your table for a good amount of years, I would not be surprised if 5 giants showed up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. There was one time where you guys just walked into town. I was like, hey, giants are attacking this town for like a whole ship of them. They're like
30
giants
of them for 3 sessions.
You guys got so much experience. It was ridiculous. What is that? Fire Shear? Yeah, go to Fire Shear if you're playing Storm King's Thunder and just fight giants.
Spoilers.
It's a great place to farm XP.
Yeah, and meet Griffin Masters.
And die.
All right, so yes, 5 of these tribal warriors jump out of the trees, and they've got staves or like spears and stuff, and they are they start speaking to you in a language that you do not understand.
I'm gonna gasp and go, tourists.
Stupid.
Yeah. I'm making a safe assumption here that they don't, like, none of you speak their language.
What is their language?
You don't know. What languages do you speak?
Sylvan and Common.
Okay.
I think I'm Common and Infernal.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay, yeah. None of you recognize the language that they're speaking.
Wow, that sucks.
I knew I should have taken Goblin.
Goblin.
Is everything.
Did somebody say Goblin? No, sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Somebody clip that. That was hilarious.
That was pretty great.
Just like, the look on his face was priceless.
They start trying to circle. They start to encircle you. Are you guys going to try to get away? Like, how do you react to this situation?
Well, it seems they're aggressive, right?
They are aggressive.
Spears are drawn.
Yeah, they're starting to circle around you, which is
Wait,
why I'm asking you, because
Is this an aggression of like, oh, we're definitely gonna kill you, or is this like an aggression where it's like, oh, you're in our land, let us?
it seems like they're not trying to actively kill you, but they are starting to circle around you.
Okay.
To then maybe do a dogpile kill, or maybe then talk to you. But it depends on how you. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna ask everybody.
You do not know what their reaction will be.
I'm gonna ask everybody not to draw their weapons.
Do any of them speak Druidic? Do they have a Druid on hand, or somebody who might speak Druidic?
Oh yeah.
Being tribal warriors?
They're speaking. You notice them speaking a language that you do not understand. But if you don't know what languages they speak, so if you want to try speaking to them in something, you may.
Cool. Greg's gonna throw his hands up
In the air, like you just don't care.
well, he does care. That's the thing about Greg.
He's singing your song.
And in Druidic, he's going to say, "We come in peace, man."
Butterflies fly away.
Do you want me to roll a persuasion check, or see if they even understand? If one of them even understands me?
I do want you to roll a persuasion check.
Great. I'm glad I asked. That is going to be a 14 persuasion check.
14.
Not bad for a -1.
No, that's pretty good. So now let me see how many people that convinces.
Probably none, because they don't speak Druidic. Maybe they do, because they're tribal.
Okay. There are 5 of them. Okay. You see 3 of them kind of perk up and lower their like they don't lower their spears completely, but you can see they're less aggressive. They're attacking you less aggressively.
We'll only stab the toes.
But then two of them are still like getting in your face about it. And then from behind you, you hear a voice respond back in Druidic. It's a low, gravelly voice that you can definitely recognize as not human. And so what did you say in Druidic?
We do not wish to harm you. We come peacefully.
Okay. Like, this is our home. Why have you come here?
Is this the Dragonborn guy that sent me out earlier?
This is a Dragonborn, but it's not the Dragonborn guy who sent you out here earlier. That is
he
Enoch.
look a
He
little bit
lives
like
he
him?
lives deep in the ancient forest, and it would be weird if he were here.
Does he look anything like Enoch?
She actually
look like anything
she's coming from behind you. You turn around to face her.
Just like Enoch. No, I'm just kidding.
And she's a green Dragonborn.
Hot.
Oh.
Yeah. Green skin.
Okay. Well, in Druidic, I'm going to tell her that that I consider Enoch to be a friend, and he sent us on a journey of happenstance that have led us to this burial pit.
I know not of this Enoch.
That's interesting because you look like you could be at least distantly related. He's very handsome.
Do all furbolgs know one another?
No.
Then why would all Dragonborn know one another?
Because
Grugok's racist. No, I'm just kidding.
We don't all look alike.
Dragonborn are Dragonborn pretty uncommon in this world?
They're not as uncommon as I mean, in this region they're kind of a well, they're more popular here than they are kind of like in the capital. They're not as popular as they're not as common as dwarves and humans, but they're probably about as common as elves.
Gotcha. Well, where I come from, Dragonborn are pretty few and far between, and so to meet two green Dragonborn within the same week is a very pleasant surprise.
Oh, sorry. And Enoch, I know that when we were talking beforehand, I told you that Enoch was green. He's not green. He's actually, I know. So that was my bad for confusing you. He is you're right, because then they could possibly be family. He is a bronze Dragonborn, actually. So you do know that there's a difference between chromatic and metallic dragons.
Yes.
This in 5th edition, that holds true in this homebrew world as well. This is kind of common knowledge that has been passed down in the legends and myths, that dragons who have a metallic type skin are generally good leaning dragons, and then those who have like chromatic, like flat colors like red, green, blue, those are usually kind of at least their ancestors tended towards a more evil path.
Gotcha.
So,
but if it's any consolation, Enoch's scales are a little green. They have a sheen of green, maybe being a little rusted over from time.
yes.
Wait, does he not shower or like what?
He's just really old, man.
Okay.
You start getting like skin tags and stuff, and like
It's a
you can't
patina.
help it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
patina.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's got like so Enoch, which is like the arch druid of the ancient forest, the Great Tree, where Nasir and Grugok are from. Nasir is from. Grugok was visiting for a little bit.
So Greg's going to say, "Truly, you must know of Enoch of the Great Tree.
I know not this Enoch."
He's wonderful. I do hope that your paths cross at some point."
I'm going to interject. I don't know what they're saying right now because they're speaking Druidic, but I'm just I like kind of reading the the looks on their faces. I'm going to speak in Draconic.
Okay.
And just, we don't mean to interfere with your tribe or this land. To the west, right, I'm trying to think. No, east. To the east of here, there's a set of ancient ruins where an artifact might be affecting the land, and we need to investigate it. But unfortunately, we need a dragon bone to get through, and we do not wish to desecrate this burial site of this dragon. But if it could be any help, just a small bone.
As he's thinking, I'm gonna take out the trophy I took of the big ear
Please don't.
from the orc. Well, like it will help show that like we've killed orcs in their
Just
territory.
don't do anything. Just don't do anything right now, and everything will be fine.
Okay.
I don't want.
No, I mean you started to move. She looks over at you.
Bloody ear out of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the whole like if this goes south,
Just
you
go for your rations. Take a bite. You know.
No, I'm just gonna hold.
All right, she looks at you.
God damn it.
Funnily, so here's the thing. Since that conversation happened at the table and affected this player's decision, it will have happened out loud. And so she goes, "What were you going to do?"
I'm gonna show you this just to save us time. I take out the ear from the orcs that we killed to show that like we're not here to cause issues. We took out some people that could have caused issues for them earlier, especially since we caught them out right outside of your lands.
You are proud warriors then. And she picks up the ear. I will take this in trade for a dragon bone.
Okay.
She goes, and she looks at you, Nasir, and she says, "Do not speak to me. Do not profane the draconic tongue with yours in my presence."
And did
ever
she say
again."
that in common?
Yeah, she says that in common.
My apologies.
Like, come, I will give you a bone. I'm gonna throw you a bone. What up?
This Twitch bans us.
Welcome back to F&D.
F&D. All right, great job for solving that encounter non-violently. Yes. I'm still going to give you guys experience points. So each of you take an additional 100 experience points.
Yay.
Moving on, you guys will. I'll let you write that down.
By the way, I don't know what time we're thinking of taking a bio break, but it's been about 2 hours.
It has been about 2 hours. We will. We'll finish this part and then we'll take a break after that. Okay.
That sounds great.
Awesome. So they are. Sorry, tongue-tied. This green dragonborn leads you down into where the dragon fossil is, and she says, "Do you require a specific type of bone?"
I believe we wanted the teeth if they're magical.
We wanted something magical. That's all.
If anything is magical, that would be great. But something that we can travel with. We don't really have at our disposal anything to carry a large bone.
Okay. She does go to one of the teeth, and the side of the skull that's buried underneath the ground. She kind of molds out some of the earth, and then like there are some of the teeth that are already there that have fallen out of the skull, and so she picks up one of these, puts the earth back, and then hands you this dragon tooth, which is, I mean, it's an ancient dragon. Like, their teeth can be massive. This is one of the smaller ones, but it's still, like, long enough to be, like, a dagger, like a long dagger or a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you were to use it as an improvised weapon, it would be a dagger that dealt bludgeoning damage, because it's
a dagger that bludgeons.
It's been dulled over time.
That's awesome.
What's those old, like this... Is it a cudgel?
Yeah, I love a cudgel. It's
Yeah,
like a spiky club kind
Like
of thing.
what do the old like British police use?
Like a nightclub?
Batons, cudgels,
stick,
shillelaghs. They're all in
A
the
billy
same
club.
class.
Yeah, it's a billy. Yeah, it's a dragon billy club.
Yeah, it's a dragon billy club. So she's like, "Now leave our lands, and if you come back, then we will kill you."
I hope it doesn't come to that. But if our paths cross again,
Before we leave, I'm curious. I wanted to ask, if we did need a reason to come back, would there be something that we can trade for passage?
As long as you do not come on the crests of these hills, we mind our own business here, and we kill all who come into these hills. If they leave us alone, then we leave them alone. But should you need to come back, stand at the top of the hill and call my name.
Which is
Uraga.
Somebody else write that down.
I say
Somebody else write
Inferno.
that down.
Somebody write that
Too
down.
Too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Phonetically.
Uraga.
No, Uraga.
Uraga. Uraga.
No, ooh.
Uraga.
Ooh.
Uraga.
Cool.
All right.
Are we gonna?
I speak Spanish, so I like to give yous their full ooh.
I love that.
Okay, cool. So with that, we are going to take a break, and then we'll come back and deliver this dragon bone to our Professor Curventis and see what day 2 of adventuring holds in store for us in the Storm Giant Tomb.
You guys should bet on if he's sober or drunk when we get back.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
definitely
let's
should.
poll it. See who they should he be sober or drunk? Just everybody in the comments go off on that.
I like it. All right, we'll be back in 5 to 10. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, let's say back at 4:30.
4:30. Yeah, that seems
Yeah.
fair.
4:30. Yeah. Seems
All
reasonable.
right.
All right. Great. We're gonna cut here.
you